Hello, welcome back to Big Mouth. Do you like the green top? No? Oh well, I just put on the first thing that I found, right? Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Wait till the end of the video and I'll give you an awesome Black Adam update. But first, the developing story that's been happening since the moment I raised my head from the pillow this morning, that Warner Media and Discovery are merging as one huge entertainment entity is shocking the world, and it's very interesting now because I've already done one video trying to explain the whole thing to you lot in layman's terms, but now we have something from Discovery CEO David Zaslav. I'm just going to call him David. I think that will be easier. He's going to be the CEO of this new merged company. The deal will be completed by next year, but he says some very, very interesting things. I really do believe that this is a great move for Warner Brothers, for DC fans, and we could get the changes at WB that us fans have been screaming for a very long time. So let's get it from the horse's mouth. This is interesting. Discovery CEO David Zaslav on Warner Media deal. Relationships with talent will be number one priority. AT&T chief John Stankey and Zaslav, who will lead the new venture, also address the status of Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar and the future of CNN. Now, this is very interesting. Now, let me tell you how the shares of this are going to work out. So, AT&T shareholders will hold 71% of this new company, around that. Not to the decimal, but around that. Now, Discovery stockholders will hold about 29% of this new media company. That's interesting because from the outside looking in, that would mean that AT&T are going to be the dominant force here. But what's interesting is that David, what's his name? What's his name again? Bloody hell, where are you, mate? Yeah, David Zaslav is actually the CEO of this new media company, this new merged company between Warner Media and Discovery. Now, he is the CEO of Discovery. So why is he the new CEO of this company? That says a lot. Well, Discovery is a broadcaster, an entertainment broadcaster, right? And I know he does a lot of nature stuff and all of that. So he has experience in this industry. No one at AT&T has his experience. So I think this is part of the kind of broadness of the deal for AT&T. I think AT&T are going to take a back seat and creatively will have nothing to do with this and let this guy be in charge. So anyway, let's see what he's got to say. AT&T CEO John Stankey and Discovery CEO David Zaslav shared their reasons and visions for the mega combination of their companies' media businesses in a joint venture, unveiled earlier on Monday during a conference call with Wall Street analysts. It was a deal that was negotiated in Zaslav's New York City brownstone, and that began with a weekend text exchange between the two executives. I was sitting around on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, and I just texted John, and we ended up on a 2-hour conversation about the future of media, Zaslav told reporters over Zoom on Monday morning. The Discovery CEO will lead the combined company when it closes. Under the terms of the deal, AT&T will spin off entertainment arm Warner Media and combine it with Discovery, creating TV, film and streaming powerhouse. AT&T's Warner Media owns the likes of Warner Brothers Studio, HBO and streaming service HBO Max, as well as the Turner cable networks, including CNN, TNT and TBS. Discovery's reality TV heavy properties include the likes of Discovery Channel, HGTV, TLC, Food Networks, OWN and Animal Planet, among others. So this is huge. We think together the combination makes us the best media company in the world, Zaslav said Monday, noting that the combined company will spend $20 billion on content. That is huge. We will be one company, one culture, one mission, great stories, great content that entertains people in every country around the world. The new company will have a content spend that exceeds most of its industry peers, Stankey added. Stankey and Zaslav also addressed the status of Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar, who only joined the company a year ago. Jason is still the CEO of Warner Media, Stanky said, adding that Zaslav has a lot of decisions to make about personnel. Now that's a big statement, everyone, a big statement, and let me tell you why. Because not only does that mean Keeler is only temporarily keeping his job, for now, it means very important decisions to make on personnel. So I think that Warner Brothers Pictures is finally going to get gutted. Now, this deal won't be officially finished till mid-2022, but expect them to make decisions now. They're talking like the deal's done. So I think decisions behind the scenes will start now. So this is very interesting and exciting, especially if you're a DC fan, and this is why I'm talking about this. Jason is a fantastic talent, Zaslav said, noting that he got to know him when he was developing Hulu. He added that CNN president Jeff Zucker was a close friend as well. The focus will be on talking to everybody at Discovery and everybody at Warner Media. We will be trying to figure out how to get the best people to stay. So this is interesting. So there's a lot of double talk going on, the best people to stay. Now, you and I don't know who he thinks the best people are. Emmerich's obviously been searching for a new position. This is probably the reason why. He's gone. He's gone under this new deal. That's a foregone conclusion. But what about Sarnoff? What about Hamada? This is all very interesting now. Very interesting. Big things can happen and big things can change. Now, I've been saying all afternoon nothing's going to change. After reading what this geezer's got to say, I think everything's going to change. Zaslav also seemed aware of some of the criticism Warner Media has faced in recent months from high-profile Hollywood talent, many of whom felt blindsided by the decision to release Warner Brothers films on HBO Max the same day they were released in theatres. The Discovery CEO said that his number one priority will be building relationships with the creative community, and he planned to spend time in Los Angeles, New York, and anywhere else that the talent the company works with are based. I will be anywhere in the world the creatives are to strive to create the best creative culture, Zaslav said. We want our company to be the place where people that want creativity, they want flexibility, they want stories, they will come to us. Zaslav thanked the founders of the two companies, Ted Turner and John Hendricks, as well as his mentor and Discovery's largest shareholder, John Malone, before noting the impact of Henry Jack Albert and Sam Warner. The story of the Warner Brothers is the story of everyone in our industry. Success is about creative talent in front of screen and behind the screen, and fighting for the culture that creates that vision, he said. So very interesting, not much about representation and inclusion, the normal noises, but about entertainment. This guy's talking about entertainment. And for you and me, this is very vital. I am very excited. As I said before, I read what this geezer had to say. I was like, nothing's going to change. Everything's going to change. He also expressed commitment to CNN merging with the international news properties Discover already owns. Our mission is to lean into news, put it together with CNN, and be the world leader in news, Zaslav said. On the direct-to-consumer front, Zaslav said they would develop a model for CNN and that they were still figuring out how they would incorporate HBO Max with its focus on premium fare and Discovery Plus with its lifestyle-driven options. There's no question you could unify it all into HBO Max. I personally would change the name of HBO Max. I've never liked that name. You should know that Warner Brothers is involved. So they need to come up with a better name. That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert on marketing, but, I think I called myself Big Mouth, and I think that's not a bad name because I've got a big mouth, right? Do you get it? Call yourself what you are. And as a business, that's a good idea. We will have enormous flexibility in how we package our streaming services, Zaslav said, adding that we will look at the range of options to unlock value here in the US and around the world, including a super pack that combines all the assets in one service or a bundled offering similar to what Disney is doing with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So that's interesting. So let's look at that again. So Zaslav said, adding that we will look at the range of options to unlock value here in the US and around the world, including a super pack that combines all the assets in our service or a bundled offering similar to what Disney is doing with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Interesting. Smart move. Some on Wall Street have predicted further media mega deals, with much recent focus on the possible merger of Comcast's NBC Universal and Warner Media. Let me just say this to you. If NBC Universal and Warner Media also combine, and Discovery, this is looking like Warner Media will be the biggest entertainment company. This is a coup. Now, say what you want about AT&T, they're financially bankrupt. There's no question about that. But the purchase of Time Warner is leading to this. And this is huge. Stank is still involved. This is a partnership. Now, I didn't see it that way when I did my explaining things to you in layman's terms. It looks like that AT&T is still very much involved, but they've done an awesome deal for the fans here as far as I'm concerned. And so, if NBC Universal and Warner Media merge, which is looking very likely as well by next year, wow, this is looking very ambitious and very exciting. So if you're a DC fan, don't jump ship just yet. The deal announced on Monday would be the largest in media and entertainment industry since Viacom and CBS re-emerged to create Viacom CBS in late 2019. For AT&T, which acquired the former Time Warner for $85 billion in 2018, the deal marks the latest step of an exit from media business. AT&T has already started selling off non-core media assets. So, actually reading that, it kind of looks like that AT&T are washing their hands and handing it over, but they'll still get the profits, right? It kind of looks like a sale. Look, I'm not a business person, but it's looking like they've handed it over. So this is very, very interesting, very interesting. So 1 minute I'm saying AT&T is still fully involved. They're not involved. It's a sale. I don't really know, but all I can tell you is in terms of stocks, AT&T have 70% odds, not exactly, but 70%, and Discovery will have 29% of this new organisation. So I say it's very, very curious. Discovery's management team, led by CEO Zaslav, has often touted the firm's focus on lifestyle and other non-fiction content, arguing that this allows it to avoid crowded space in which all Hollywood giants are competing for streaming subscribers. However, media mogul John Malone, who controls a voting stake of more than 20% in Discovery, has in the past talked about how free radicals or medium to smaller sized media companies should merge to boost their scale. For the time being, and until the deal closes, both Discovery and Warner Media are pushing ahead with HBO Max's ad-supported offering still set to launch next month. Until the deal closes, we will fight to build the best Discovery on the parallel track, Zaslav said. He added, however, that the company has chosen a name for the combined venture. It will be announced in the next week or two. Very, very exciting. So what do we think it's going to be called? Warner Discovery? Discovery Warner? Probably Warner Discovery, because as I say, I predict that this combination, what they're doing, they're going to create a new streaming service. So they're going to replace, this is what I think, once they take over, they're going to say, right, let's bin the HBO Max name, let's call ourselves something else. Whatever they call themselves in the next week or two, this is moving very fast. They're announcing a name. So this deal is done, not officially, but this deal is done. And they're making decisions as from now. So very exciting, very exciting. As I say, if you're a WB content fan, not necessarily of the studio, but of their content and their IPs like DC, like I am, this is huge. You should be excited. Stop posting on Twitter with negative stuff. This is huge. They are going to move people on. I'm sorry, my voice is going back. So excited. But this is going to change. They're going to gut WB Pictures. Simple as that. I can't see any way. You heard what they said about personnel. A lot of big decisions to be made about personnel. Will Keelar keep his job? What's going to happen to Sarnoff and Hamada? I don't know. You don't know. But keep it here on Big Mouth to find out. Because this is huge. Things are going to change. And of course, we'll talk more about this on my live tonight. Yes, I've got a bit of a Hawkman update from Black Adam. This is exciting. If you know Hawkman, if you know him in the comments, in the comics, but get in the comments by all means. If you know him in the comics, that you'll know that he has this cruiser. Take a listen to this. It's sleek, has this curved look to it, a raised circular sitting area in the back and a big set of long red lights that curve from the back up across the ceiling. There is a medical bay, nook, and something that looks like a bar with glass chairs. Hawkman symbol in the gold on the floor. In the center, also one of the hallways has a Hawkman logo in the red glowing at the end of it. So this is explaining the Thanagarian, or how you say it, cruiser. This is the cruiser. This is the vehicle that Hawkman drives around in, and this is a great explanation for it. Let's see if there's anything more on this. Yeah, there you go. There's not much else that he says, but this is a description of Hawkman's Thanagarian Star Cruiser in Black Adam. And let's go through this bit by bit again. It's sleek, has this curved look to it. Wow, can't wait to see it. A raised circular sitting area. Wow. In the back, and a big set of long red lights that curve from the back up across the ceiling. There is a medical bay. Wow. I don't even know what this looks like. I've only heard about this vehicle before. Medical bay, nook, and something that looks like a bar with glass chairs. Wow. Hawkman symbol in the gold on the floor and in the center. Also, one of the hallways has a Hawkman logo in red glowing at the end of it. So, wow, that's really exciting. So don't forget that DC have got 3 films in production. Now, as far as I know, these films will not be, these will not be affected. This is interesting now because we have a multiverse strategy. They've been to the Snyderverse. That's what's going on at Warner Brothers Pictures. But what does this merger mean for the future? Now, will they give Hamada the chance to see if this is going to be successful? Because he has big plans. Because if he fails, you see, they're under immense pressure now. The Hamada plan has to work. And if it doesn't, these people will be binned. When they take over, Hamada's contract will be coming to an end. I predicted this would happen in terms of him being under the gun. Because when Flashpoint comes out, his contract will nearly be done. So he has to succeed. So there's a lot of pressure. There's going to be big changes at DC. As I say, they're going to gut Warner Brothers Pictures too. This is very exciting for the fans. I can assure you of that. So join me tonight, Big Mouth Live, where we discuss all of this. And this is so exciting for me. And please look at it as a positive, because it certainly is for me. Comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. And of course, I'll be back tonight with Big Mouth Live from 6 p.m. UK time. Be there or be square. See you again soon.